Okay, so I'm going to kick us off and say thank you so much for coming. I am so honored and happy to be here and excited to see such a great turnout today at our Smith Street Red Jacket Riverfront Park mural celebration. We're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate this like amazing project, an amazing artist, Emma Brittain, who really pulled off a beautiful enhancement to this mural and a new addition to this community space. And we're here to celebrate this project that was really years in the making and really had a lot of inspiring moments of community members coming together, working together to make this project happen. So I'll give you a little bit about me to start. Nice to meet you. My name's Claudia. I work for a nonprofit organization called Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper. If you haven't heard of us, our mission is to protect and restore water and surrounding ecosystems. So the river to my left is the Buffalo River, and that is where our organization got its start. 30 years ago, we were the Friends of the Buffalo River, and we were just a community group that was dedicated to cleaning up a waterway that really needed some love and some care. 30 years later, you might have been paddling out on the Buffalo River, and we see some amazing wildlife like bluegill and river otter within this watershed, which we might not have been able to say 30 years ago. So that's just a really exciting and inspiring piece of this project. Waterkeeper has been doing lots of different work along the Buffalo River for those 30 years, from habitat restoration and public access projects. Where we are today is right in front of Red Jacket Riverfront Park, where just a few years ago, we actually did a whole public access enhancement project with our Buffalo Blueway. So when we're done today, I encourage you, check out the park, check out the trails, some really nice benches that are installed at the park. I'm looking at Catherine, who played a hand in choosing those benches. And this park is honestly one of the best places to see wildlife. I love to come here and look for birds. Folks are always fishing here. And really our goal is to inspire stewardship for this park and for the river, right? Because when we feel connected to our community spaces, when we feel connected to nature, we're more likely to be good stewards for that space. So I'm just so glad that we can all be here together today to celebrate this project and celebrate Emma. So before I pass it off to Emma, I'll just say, so this project got started largely thanks to Catherine, who this was her idea. And so the vision came to us, right? We heard from community members that as you were driving in, these murals were very heavily graffitied, and these are actually old bridge abutments. So as you're driving into the park to enjoy the river, you were kind of greeted with some scary graffitied murals that looked like they were in disrepair. And we were lucky enough to work with the NFTA and to receive financial support from the Cullen Foundation to be able to make this project happen. And when we put, the project out into the world, we were so lucky to have a wonderful artist, Emma, apply, and we're really happy to work with her. So I'm going to pass it to Emma to talk about her project and the design and just the beautiful work that you have completed here.
Yes. So hi, I'm Emma Brittain. I just thank you to Waterkeeper, and also we had a ton of volunteer support. My husband, but besides him, before I even started painting, volunteers scraped the walls, and volunteers primed them as well so that I can get started. So thank you to Waterkeeper and the volunteers and the funders. This was a really great opportunity. I was super excited when I saw Waterkeeper was putting out a call for a mural because I'm very interested in conservation and our local wildlife. So my theme came from that. So we have some bluegill, which are a local fish. I wasn't even aware before this project that a lot of fish were stocked into various rivers. And so not like, I don't know, you pull a fish out and it may not actually have belonged there. So that was really interesting to me. But the main like heart of this for me was the river otter. So I was having a rough morning. I couldn't sleep, and I went out to Tift, which is nearby, and I was surprised to see an otter in the water there. And I contacted Tift, and they didn't even believe me. And I was like, I'm serious. Like, I was like, I come here all the time, and I look at animals, and I was like, I'm so serious. So I showed them my like silly cell phone video, and they were like, we're gonna have to consult people on this. And they were still so in shock. And so I started looking up. I'm like, why are they so shocked? Like, I was surprised, but I was like, why are they so shocked? And otters were actually like decimated from this region of New York. And they started to be reintroduced in the 90s. I think the closest spot was in the Iroquois Refuge. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong. And they're just now starting to get closer to Buffalo. So it's just another testament to all the work that people have been doing, whether it's Waterkeeper or other organizations, to revitalize our waterways and take care of what we have here. So I want to title this piece Hopeful Currents. So I've played around, you know, it's not like a realistic rendering of what a river looks like, but I hope it gives you the idea of currents. And just, I think of hope when I see the otters, and just, you know, we hear a lot of doom and gloom about the environment, but there's so many things that we still can be doing and can be appreciating that are happening in our waterways. So that was my inspiration.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful. Thank you, Emma. I love that title, Hopeful Currents. And I think that we can all come together and be a part of that hope, even if it's just in a small way. I'm going to pass it to my wonderful coworker, Rob, actually, who's going to talk just for 2 minutes about some ways that you can get involved.
Hey folks, I'm Rob Cody. I also work with these wonderful folks here at Waterkeeper. And I just wanted to do a really quick plug for some other important work that we have going on at Waterkeeper. As Claudia mentioned, like these types of big, beautiful projects wouldn't really be possible without community input and involvement. And one of the best ways that you can leverage your community voice is by getting involved with one of our various friends groups that we have going on at a couple of nearby parks, one of which being Red Jacket, another one being Thomas Higgins Natural Habitat Park, and then Seneca Bluffs Natural Habitat Park. All of those have, I don't know what I would say, are currently growing, currently well-supported friends groups that are seeking to do the same type of work that we have been known for doing along the Buffalo River for 30 plus years. It's a really great way to get involved. It helps make these projects successful. And one of the things that I really love about the work that Waterkeeper does is that we are well known for the restoration angle, and it's wonderful to see these public access components come after the fact. And so it really goes hand in hand really beautifully, and there's opportunities to get involved at pretty much every level there. And so again, you know, to tie this all together, a quick plug is if you are passionate about projects like these, are passionate about any of those three parks that I mentioned, you can reach out to us and get involved, because there's countless ways that you can support projects like these, even from a restoration angle, from an artistic angle, and you know, the sky's the limit, right? Cool. Still weird.
Okay, so I'll just say, you know, I'm so proud to have Emma here tonight and to see all of you. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you, Emma, for all of your work. This is just a beautiful night. And so thank you for listening to us gab away at you about this awesome mural. Our plan for the rest of this celebration, we have Rice Krispie treats and we have some apple cider. So I encourage you to come stop by our table, read some information, chat with us, chat with each other. And then if anyone's interested, because I can't resist, we will be going for a walk along the trails to look for birds and, you know, potentially other wildlife. If we saw an otter, I would freak out. So stick around and chat with us, and then we'll go for a little walk at the end with who's ever interested, okay? Thank you, everyone, for joining.